Assalamualaikum and good day to lecturers and fellow friends. My name is Siti Norkiah Zakaria, number MATRIC 281375. Today I will talk about the determinant of factors that influencing the credit risk of Rakuten Bank of Japan. In Japan, the banking industry is the main contributor for the economy. Therefore, if one bank fails and face bankruptcy, other banks will follow suit. This is what we call the dominant effect of banking industries. The research of this report is to identify the internal factors that affect the credit risk of the Rakuten Bank of Japan. Second, to identify the external factors that influencing the credit risk of the Rakuten Bank of Japan. Third, to identify the internal and external factors that influencing the credit risk of the Rakuten Bank of Japan. The research question of the assignment to find is there any correlation between internal factors and credit risk of the Rakuten Bank of Japan. 2. To find is there any correlation between external factors and the credit risk of the Rakuten Bank Japan. 3. To find is there any correlation between internal factors and external factors and credit risk of the Rakuten Bank of Japan. Next, I will talk about the literature review. Credit risk, or often called as counterparty risk, performance risk, or default risk, is a risk between the contracted parties that fail to fulfill the obligations. There is internal and external factors that influence the credit risk. The internal factors can be seen from within the company itself, such as performance liquidity rates. And the external factors can be seen from the macroeconomic size, such as GDP, inflation, and exchange rate. The relationship between the credit risk and the bank size is that the bigger bank faces a bigger credit risk compared to the smaller bank. Credit risk and the loan loss provision, according to Ahmad, Takeda, and Shans in 1998, the study found that there is a positive relation between loan loss provision and the credit risk. If the loan loss provision increases, the credit risk also increases. For methodology, the number of years to analyze is 5 years, from 2018 to 2022. The bank analyzed in this report is the Rakuten Bank of Japan. So all the number gathered are found from the annual report of the Rakuten Bank of Japan. All the data analyzed is gathered and analyzed by using multiple linear regressions by using SSPS. There is 3 models that we use in this assignment. Model 1 is internal factors, model 2 is the external factors, and model 3 internal and external factors. But from this report, we can see that the most used and the most reliable model is the model 1. Remove the descriptive statistic. The credit risk has the mean and standard deviations of 0.606 and 0.0279 respectively. This indicates that the Rakuten Bank has the volatility in managing the credit risk. The performance of the Rakuten Bank can be measured by using the ROA, or return on assets. ROA has the mean of 0.021 and standard deviation of 0.90. This indicates that the performance of the Rakuten Bank has changed by 0.9% within the 5 years. The loan loss provision has the mean of 0.0083 and the standard deviations of 0.0065. Now I will talk about the correlation table. There is a few variables that strongly positively correlated with the credit risk, such as ROA, LRP, REGCAP, leverage, and as well as GDP. There is also that negatively correlated with credit risk, such as liquidity, LN size, RORTAALO, and as well as loan debt to equity ratio, debt to assets ratios. Meanwhile, the reserve money has a moderately positive correlation of 0.427, and inflation has moderate negative correlation with credit risk at negative 0.609. Generally, it can be such that majority of the variables are significant to the p-value of 0.10, except for CAR, inflation, interest rate, exchange rate, yield curve, and reserve money, as well as MT. For model summary 1, the external data. Model 1 shows that the predicted parameters of CAR, ROA and loans are accounted for 100% of the variance of the credit risk, and the driven Watson's of 1.8078 shows that the data is no autocorrelations. For the model 2 shows that the yield curve, interest rates and GDP taken as a group accounted for 88.3% of the variance of the credit risk, and driven Watson of 2.818 indicates that there is autocorrelations of the data. Model 3 shows that the yield curve, interest rate and GDP taken as a group accounted for 88.3% of the variance of the credit risk, and the driven Watson's of 2.8178 indicates that there is autocorrelation of the data. We move to the ANOVA. ANOVA Model 1 reflects the overall regression, which is significant with the p-value of 0.001. Model 2 will reflect the overall regression, which is insignificant with the p-value of 0.217. Model 3 also shows the insignificant with the p-value of 0.217. In conclusion, from the present correlation result, we can see that loan loss provision and the credit risk has the highest positive significance. According to the Bwrr, Drain and Diaz in 2019, by using bank financial report, they found two types of credit risk modeling. They found out that the bank's credit risk modeling disclosures are positively correlated with the loan loss provisions. This demonstrates that the loan loss provision LLP has a considerable amount impact of credit risk. Loan, on the other hand, has determined to have a high negative correlation with credit risk. According to Martin Oliver, Ruano and Salformas in 2022, the empirical evidence of the individual loan made by the business firm by Spanish banks substantially support that moral hazard concept that increase the competition that reduce the credit risk. This Wilson shows that if the loan decrease, the credit risk increase. The regression result shows that only model 1 is significant with the p-value of 0.001. This shows that CAR, ROA and loan as a group accounted for 100% of the bank credit risk variation. The remaining model shows that it is significant. In conclusion, the credit risk of the Rakuten Bank of Japan is mainly influenced by the internal factors rather than the external factors. The limitation of this assignment is that the data is only from 2018 to 2022. The 5-year data is not enough to represent the whole industry of Japan. And this data assignment is only benefit to the acquiring the new information as well as acquiring the new skill. And thank you for listening.